Tired of the same old, same old? It gets old, doesn't it? And for many of us, we're doing the same old thing with our kids that we did as we were growing up in our educational model. And listen, it is time to reimagine education. David Ben-Gurion said it's not enough to be up to today, we have to be up to tomorrow. And with that attitude, he led a developing country in the Middle East to be one of the most innovative startup countries in the world. And we can do the same with our kids' education. So if you are tired of the same old, not knowing if you got anything done this year, the same old attitudes from your kids, the same old boring curriculum that you keep trying to make work because you already bought it, the same old looking and searching for the amazing product that's going to change your life, I just want to say, take a rest. You don't have to keep doing the same old, and you don't have to drive yourself crazy looking for the new, best, shiny object on the market. At True North Online Academy, we have curated the resources for you. Our teachers are subject matter experts, and we have curated classes so that your kids can do a typical course of study, or not, and get the education that they need. Isn't that the point of taking our kids out of a government or private school system, is that we get to have the say in what they're going to do. We get to personalize it, and we have all the freedom. So as parents, I just want to share with you that we have really done some of the heavy lifting for you. We do assignments and grading. We provide a syllabus so your kids know exactly what the expectations are for the class. And if you have listened to any of my talks on motivation, one of the things, the number one thing that is really going to keep people motivated, whether they are an elementary school student, a high school student, an Olympic athlete, or us as adults, is to set clear and specific expectations. And I know when I was homeschooling my own kids, and we homeschooled for 30 years, so I had a lot of years under my belt of homeschooling, one of the things I failed to do, even though it was clear in my head, was tell my kids what the expectations for the class was. Now, I always knew it. Why are we doing this project or curriculum or this subject for the year? It was always really clear in my head, but I didn't always convey that to my students, i.e. my kids, and as a result, they would get discouraged and frustrated, like, what is the point of this? And you guys have all heard it yourself. I am never going to use algebra in life. Why do I even have to get through this curriculum? Well, set the expectation. Algebra is a critical thinking class. It's not just a math class. We're not just learning algebra. We are learning critical thinking, and we are learning creativity, and we are learning abstract thinking skills. That creates such a bigger vision and a bigger picture for our kids. And listen, your kids need a vision. Without a vision, the people will perish. So if you don't understand how to make that happen, or you're working full time, or you've got a large family, or you're just tapped out for whatever reason, and listen, there are all the reasons. The world is changing. There are so many challenges coming at our kids, but also coming at us. And education is a great project to outsource, at least part of it, because as parents, we can't do it all. Now, I homeschooled our 5 kids, and I homeschooled them K through 12. So that's 13 grades times 5. I'm going to make it easy on myself and say 12 times 5. That's 60 grades times around 6 classes a year. That's 360 classes that I taught over the course of our 30 years of homeschooling. Am I going to be a subject matter expert or even know how to guide my kids in 360 classes and add in the fact that I worked 12 of the 30 years that we homeschooled? The answer is a resounding no. And I bet the same is true for you. Whatever the specific circumstances are in your life, you're not going to be able to do it all, and that is okay. You don't have to do it all. That's why True North Online Academy exists, so that you can outsource all or some of your kids' program. Now, we provide the syllabus, we do the grading and assignments. Our world-class teachers are subject matter experts. That means that they know what they're talking about. So our Latin classes are taught by people who are Latinologists. Our science teachers, our science classes are taught by science instructors and people who love and breathe science. Our writing, our Lit and Comp classes are taught by people who have a ton of experience in teaching English and composition and lit analysis and writing, creative writing, as well as research and essay writing. And we're ready to help you, come alongside you, so that you can have your best year ever. So if you are tired of the same old, and who doesn't get tired of the same old? It just gets so boring and so uninspiring. We don't want that for you or your students. We want them to fall in love with learning so that they can be the autodidacts they're going to need to be for this fourth industrial revolution. You've heard me say it before. We're in a time of great societal disruption. So those areas that we've really relied on and outsourced, like education, healthcare, politics, they're really in free fall in many ways, and it's real disruption. We see it all the time. We really saw it up close and personal in education during 2020 and again in 22 when people went back, and now there's so many different new micro schools and online people popping up. But if you're looking for tried and true and tested, but also innovative, True North is what you're looking for. We are truly reimagining education at True North. We're not just plopping the same old subject onto an online kind of platform. We're using technology to really create unique and amazing opportunities for your kids. Like our German class, those students actually meet with German students from Germany who are learning English once a month and converse with them. Same with our ASL program. We have a deaf interpreter come in every quarter. We do escape rooms as finals in several classes. The kids do web challenges. So we are using time-tested educational pedagogy paired with cutting-edge tech to really reimagine education. So if you want to hear more, come to our info meeting today at 10 a.m. CST. I'll drop the link below. It's free. We'd love to have you there. We're going to talk about how to reimagine education, how to get past the same old. And then tomorrow at 1 p.m., we're going to talk about our new dual degree program. This is a really innovative program for kids who want to earn an accredited high school diploma at the same time they're earning an accredited bachelor's degree, not an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree. So we'd love to tell you about that new program tomorrow at 1 p.m. But join us today at 10 a.m. CST. We'd love to see you there and answer any questions you have about education. You guys know we give away a ton of free education. We give information about education, not just homeschooling, but education. We have tons of resources at the website at True North homeschool.academy. We're doing the 2-year free academic advising plan and 15 minutes of free advising, and we do that all the time. That's just what we do. We've got freebies all the time. So head on over to the Homeschool Looks Like Tribe, because we do drop a lot of information in that group, and you can ask anybody about the classes in there. There's tons of teachers in there, but just ask about general education questions too. We're here for it. You guys, we are really here to reimagine education. Education is one of the greatest tools we have as a parent, as a concerned citizen, to really change our kids' lives and change the culture. And that is the mission and heart of True North Online Academy. We believe that education is the transmission of culture, and we are here to transmit a culture of truth. So we'd love to have you join us. This year it's going to be a phenomenal year. We had parent and student orientations last week and this week, today at 3 p.m., student orientation again. And if we need to open up a third orientation, we're ready to do it. But we'd love to have you join us in what is going to be our best year ever. I'll see you guys at 10 a.m. this morning. Bye, everybody.